Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. You'd think a week full of pecker jokes and fart jokes I would be gleeful, but then the Supreme Court yesterday. I mean, I don't even know what more can be said that we haven't already said about just the fact that they're even entertaining this, right? And how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, shill baby shill. I mean, that's all it is. It's really turns out it's really great if you're a defendant and you get to hire your own judge. Shucks, I already knew that from watching over Aileen Cannon down there in Florida, but hiring your own judge is a great thing if you're a career criminal. And can I just say that Samuel Alito being 100% in the tank for this criminal, racist reality TV landlord slug, it only strengthens my conviction that Bush was worse than Trump. I'm sorry, but Alito for Trump proves that Bush was worse.
Well, you tweeted, today's SCOTUS hearing proves the GOP has gone from I am not a crook to a crook is not a crook.
There you go.
Why did Nixon, I guess that came up, right? Why did Nixon need a pardon? If a president has total, even Nixon didn't.
He has full immunity, and it was my future wife, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who brought that one up too. I mean, this is the court that Trump has built. This is the shill game, and the entire thing. Every one of these justices knows he doesn't really have immunity. None of them are going to come out and say he has immunity. They're just going to wait till the end of June to do it. And that's how you know the fix is in, the game is rigged. Trump has colluded with the Supreme Court. They're going to make sure that the American people don't get to hear the evidence in this trial, including all the new evidence Jack Smith has that wasn't included in the January 6th hearings. They're going to clear the field for him that the American people won't know, which is why this is now the Pecker Court. They're trying to keep information away from the voters. And we have to remember, even on a rough week like this, you got to stop and smell the Pecker jokes because that's what got us through.
That's right.
I mean, this week, Pecker was up. Donald Trump, he thought he had that Pecker in his pocket, but his Pecker leaked. And let me tell you, he wants to cut that pecker off. He doesn't like being grabbed by that pecker.
No.
But now the pecker has testified. The pecker's wrapped for the week.
Yeah.
He might come again next week. He couldn't finish this week, but it was a great week for the single entente, is what I'm trying to say.
John Fugelsang's first 5 minutes of Sexy Liberal. There we go.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's my whole act, people. Good night. Thank you.
But, we need humor more than ever. Bob tweets, says, all legal parsing aside, it's hard to get past the sick feeling that anyone on the highest court in the land is shamelessly pulling for this criminal president. And that's just a feeling that you get. I mean, it's David Frum said, every dictator who ever seized power justified his coup as an official act for the good of the state. I mean, we were trying to remember how many years we've actually been in this glorious experiment of democracy. 235, 240. We somehow...
It'll be 250 in 2 years.
Yeah.
48. Got it.
But I mean, look, we didn't punish the traitors. We don't punish traitors in this country. We didn't punish the Confederates. We didn't punish Nixon. We let Iran-Contra slide. Nobody went to jail for the lies that led to the Iraq War, and Donald Trump is going to be held somewhat accountable, but never in the way he really deserves. He's not a man. He's a corrupt, corrosive, petulant, pampered piggy, a millionaire at birth who's never had to follow rules. Tax laws, insurance fraud, bank fraud, election fraud, marriage vows, charity fraud, rape and defamation. The guy's entire life is walking through the raindrops. It's disgusting, but it's proof once again what we always say. Batman, Jesus, Gandhi, Black Panther are not going to come save us. Barack Obama's not going to save us. It's going to be democracy, all of us in very large numbers, shutting this down, and he will be a convicted felon by the time of the convention. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Well, by the way, and this is another sign that there is a God, and she is a woman. You said, because as you always say, and I thought of your joke yesterday, you said two things Trump's afraid of, a strong woman and a strong wind, because Midas Touch posted a picture of him outside, and I don't even know what is even happening. It's like his hairline is actually back here, and then it's like this awning is becoming larger, and in the wind it was
flap. He doesn't have hair. He has a flap that has been constructed of congealed hairspray and we think human hair, and it is a lid on top of his head.
It's
and
weird.
It's I mean, I think it's actually blowing out. It's tapping something in Morse code. You've got to see it. I mean, Russian technology never stops impressing you.
What is the cartoon character with the flapping mouths? That's what it looks like. It's like his hairline is back here,
and the Canadians in South Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Canadians, all Canadians on South Park look like that.
They have flappy heads.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
You you tweeted, folks, if the deep state grand jury of Arizona can indict Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, John Eastman, Christina Bobb, Jenna Ellis, Kelly Ward for conspiring to stop our democracy with fake electors, they can do it to any of us. You should probably send a billionaire a check. And by the way, Christina Bobb she's the head of election integrity for the RNC,
Yes.
the one that was just indicted in Arizona for election fraud. She's the head of.
Yeah. And
okay.
by the way, the same day you've got the Arizona House of Representatives trying to repeal the 1864 ban on abortion because the dog that caught the truck party realizes what they've stepped into in that state, and they're trying anything they can do to stop the state from going full blue this November. Arizona, you made me love you, baby. Wow. We're allowed to vacation there, no matter how bad it gets in Florida.
Yeah.
It was and by the way, Ken Chesborough not indicted.
I know.
Which means cooperating,
Yeah.
and how Jenna Ellis is probably flipped by lunchtime today. And it's, look, he's not going to have an easy time of it. He's an unindicted co-conspirator yet again. I'm at this place now, Steffi, where I have to refuse to let this man and his corruption affect my emotions. I will not do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's too much humor. There's too much to fight for. And I'm tired of being gaslit by these mediocrities. No, I'm going to stay in a good mood and savage these frauds.
Rachel Vindman on Twitter just summed up how I feel, John. She said, we are so desensitized, we often cannot process the absurdity of the times we're living in. It's over-the-top, nonstop madness. And I think it's true. Like, we're all going to have, I don't even know what you call it, adrenal burnout. It's just this.
You know what I call it? I call it
constant
what
chaos.
the F fatigue.
Huh?
I call it what the F fatigue.
Yeah.
Our outrage circuits have been burned out since 2015, and that's why, again, this tour is so important, because we have to acknowledge it is ridiculous, it is absurd. We have to make fun of it or go crazy, but we can't let it control our emotional states. I'm tired of seeing really cool, nice, progressive, liberal, moderate, conservative, anti-evil people, let's just put it that way, gaslit, strung out, and depressed over how this is. And a lot of us were like this in the Bush-Cheney years, too. We have to remember that America's worth fighting for, and we have to have a good time doing it. As John Lennon said, the two things fascists can't handle are nonviolence and ridicule. So mock these people, make fun of them, tell the truth with humor. It's the greatest way to tell truth. And keep on resisting, because, it's really powerful. The Supreme Court is rigged. John Roberts' legacy is this corrosive orange curdled slug. But I refuse to despair. Despair is privilege at this point. We don't have the strength to be depressed about this. We got to keep on fighting every day, because the fascists don't ever take a break.
Yeah. No, that's what they hope, is that we just feel despair now, and like nothing matters, and voting doesn't matter, and blah blah blah.
And look, we had to respect Mike Johnson for 24 whole hours. That's done now. He's here at Columbia University. How fun to watch Mike Johnson demanding other people resign. I love it. It's great. So keep your eyes on the prize here, man. Joe Biden gets a second term.
You alluded to it on Twitter. It just didn't feel like a good day for justice. You said, wait till you see how Harvey Weinstein suddenly no longer needs a wheelchair.
I can walk. Hey, Cosby, you're not blind anymore.
Gross. One of his accusers slammed the justice system in response to his conviction being overturned by New York. I have to say, God bless, is it California, right? Because he's still going to remain in jail because he was convicted here. So, we love LA. We love it. We love LA.
Yes.
She said if the DA had taken my case seriously in 2015, we wouldn't be here. This is an ongoing failure of the justice system and the courts to take survivors seriously and to protect our interests. So despite his conviction being overturned in New York, he will remain in prison thanks to his conviction in Los Angeles. You are welcome. You're welcome, America, for the LA conviction.
Thank you, California. Thank you.
But
and Trump and E. Jean Carroll still got $83 million shopping money coming up.
Yep.
Come on now.
Yeah. No, you're right. We have to take our silver linings where we get them, right? That's the playbook. Get it? Silver linings. The Silver Linings Playbook.
I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
That
well,
was great.
I'm no John
That was-
Fugelsang.
that was really
I'll
good.
scribble something on a cocktail napkin before tomorrow night. Don't worry.
You always
It'll be
do.
fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Glenn, I mean, what a week for Glenn Kirshner to join us in Philly, and Lindy Lee and JoJo from Jers, and we are so excited. We got folks coming from all over the place, a lot of DC mooks coming up. So come on, man,
Yes.
yeah. And by the way, you mentioned Arizona. I think we should reward Phoenix with a sexy liberal show. Oh, we are. When is
Yes,
that?
we are.
When is that?
September.
Phoenix is in September. My birthday weekend, Phoenix. Come on.
It cools down.
Finally going back to Phoenix.
It cools down slightly by the end of September.
Yeah.
You'll
there
be in
you-
the 90s.
There you go. It'll
Yeah.
be hot in other ways.
Uh-huh.
All right. Sexyliberal.com. The new merch is available. John, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.